It gets confusing, right? 1 minute, they're telling you the best work you can do is the work you do at home, the work you do for your children, the work you do for your husband. Staying at home is the best thing you should do. The next minute, your favorite celebrity influencer, whatever, tells you if you're not making money, you're wrong. You have to be making money. You cannot just be a stay-at-home mom. And you're like, can't I be a stay-at-home mom in peace? Well, keep on watching to know how you can have solid convictions on the things that you believe and respectfully disagree where you have to. Shalom, shalom, best lifers. Welcome to your best life with Eziaha. My name is Eziaha Balaji Olojo, and here, what do we talk about? We talk fitness, we talk faith, we talk leadership, and we talk family. And this video, we're talking family. If you're a stay-at-home mom, you want to keep on watching. But first, a story. I have this amazing friend called Amaka, and she's watching this video. So I saw this thing on WhatsApp status, and the person talked about how don't call yourself a housewife, don't call yourself a stay-at-home mom, you know, those terms are derogatory, don't use it, it sort of keeps women down. So I did a screenshot and I sent it to Amaka, and I'm like, babe, do you actually believe this? Because she calls herself a housewife, like the term housewife. And I'm like, do you believe it? And she said, well, she gave me a long answer, but the long and short of it was that she understands where people are coming from when they say things like that. Don't call yourself a housewife, it's derogatory, it keeps women subservient, it just keeps you lower than the man, you know, and all of that. She said, you know, different things have happened to get us there. Sometimes it's history. You know, women who were seen as these traditional housewives were just almost useless. So yeah, she can understand that. Sometimes even some women who just sit at home and say, I'm praying or whatever, and then they're not really productive at home. Then she ends by saying this. She says, so no, I respectfully disagree. If you married well, it's an honor and privilege to partner with your spouse in any way. And for her, she has chosen to be a housewife, to stay at home, to partner with her husband, work from the home. Now, while I'm not going into the merits and demerits of nomenclatures like housewives, stay-at-home mom, and all of that, that's not what this video is about. I actually want to tackle this thing that makes you shift and change in what you believe. 1 minute you believe this, 1 minute you're happy being a stay-at-home mom, the next minute you want to dust your CV and look for any job at home, anything that brings you money, anything that gets you out of the house in the morning like other people. That's really what I want to address. When the things you believe, you're not really sure of them, so you continue to shift. So if you're a stay-at-home mom and you're oscillating, today you're fine, tomorrow you're not fine, today you're happy, tomorrow you're frustrated, today you're content, next tomorrow you're comparing yourself with everybody online. Now, here are a couple of steps that I think you can take to get you to that point where your convictions are solid. Even when you find something that want to shift your convictions, like my friend Amaka, you can say, no, I respectfully disagree. Ready for those steps? Let's go. Number 1, have a meeting with yourself. Just schedule a meeting, you and you alone. A journal, privacy. Don't have anybody interrupt you. It's a private moment, just you, nobody else allowed. No child, no husband, no mama, nobody. So write down all the emotions that you feel. Don't edit, keep it raw, vulnerable. It's you, remember, it's not about anybody else. So write down everything, be honest, be vulnerable. That's the first thing, that private personal meeting with yourself. Now the second step is to take all of these emotions to God. I have to start this way first, because sometimes we go and we're not really sure, we just go and we just start pouring out to God. No, pour out to yourself first. Just sort of see how you feel, then take it to God, and then please hear from Him. And don't think, oh, I don't hear from God, or you think it's this spooky thing. No, it's not. He's your Father. He wants to speak with you. So take your emotions to Him and say, hey, this is how I feel. And make sure you write it down. Don't just have it in your head. Okay, feel like, what's God telling me? Please take notes of it. Write it down. And there's no pressure here. Don't feel like I've not been praying. No, we're not ready for that. Just go to your Father vulnerable, like, this is how I feel, and take notes on it. Number 3, ask God, and this is so important, ask God to show you your teachers. Because when you find your teachers, your convictions are stronger. For example, in my season, when I was really transiting from being someone who worked outside the home, I worked in the United Nations, and I was this full-time stay-at-home mom. I remember just oscillating, like, should I do this, should I not do that? I mean, I'm a first-class graduate. I was the best graduating student, so I'm pretty smart. So leaving my job in the United Nations and being a full-time stay-at-home mom had its challenges, no doubt. But I remember just really jamming and encountering the phenomenon that was Priscilla Shira and Lisa Beaver. And even though at that point they were not stay-at-home moms fully, I mean their kids had grown a little bit and all, but they gave me such convictions listening to them because they valued the work they did at home. They didn't think what they did outside the home was better than what happened within the home. So finding teachers like that helped my convictions. So as I would get notes from them, I would write it down. I wasn't just keeping it in my head. So I had this book of Priscilla Shire and I'll take notes on what I learned from her. So from time to time, it takes me to the fourth point. You want to revisit the notes that you take. Remember, at every step, I've told you to take notes. When you go alone, take notes. When you go to God, take notes. When you find your teachers, take notes. Then you must continue to revisit the notes that you have taken. It deepens your convictions. It strengthens what it is that you believe. Because there are many times when things will come to shake it and you're like, hey, this person of respect just said that you shouldn't just be at home. Now, the final thing I want you to do is you are now logically and less emotionally ready to write down exactly what it is you want to do. What have you decided? Do you want to be a full-time stay-at-home mom? Do you want to keep looking for a job while you work out whatever is happening at home? Do you want to have a conversation with your husband to help you start a business? At that point, because you found your teachers, you're sure you're making sound decisions. You're not making emotional decisions of, I just saw someone on Instagram, we got it together, now she's doing this. No, it's healthier. It's from a healthy place. So you're doing the math. I like to call it do the math. I'm like, okay, based on this and that. For example, there's some things I believe that I 100% believe. I think it was 2020 in October. I'm like, I don't need a domestic help anymore. And I'm like, I'm not taking the domestic, and I sent my domestic help away. Now, I've had many people that I respect say things like, you're not a superwoman, you should have a help, don't do everything at home, don't try to. Those things don't shake me. Even if you say you feel like a superwoman, you've not really achieved much, washing plates. I've heard people say stuff like washing plates is not important. Like there's nothing there in washing plates, but I enjoy washing plates, I enjoy cooking, I enjoy serving my family. So my emotions did not shake. My convictions did not shake no matter who said what, because I came to that decision soundly, logically, based on research, based on talking to my teachers, based on a lot of prayers. So please, before you make your decision, whether you want to start a business from home, whether you want to go out and get a job, whether you want to get 1, 2, 10 domestic helps, whether you want to live in a big house, a small house, whatever thing you want to do, make sure you have taken some time to spend alone, write out how you feel, talk to God, ask Him what He thinks, look at your teachers, learn from them, revisit those notes from time to time, then come on and make a logical, sound decision. That way your emotions will not shift. That way, you can come to a really solid point, like my friend Amaka, who says, that may be what that pastor said, that may be what that influencer said, that may be what my pastor's wife said, but I respectfully disagree. Now, let me know, which of those 5 points resonated the most with you? Are you going to find your teachers? Are you going to just go alone by yourself? Are you going to get together with God? Are you going to keep revisiting what it is you've written? Whatever, where are you right now? What are you going to do with everything that you have listened to? Remember, you're the best person to make the best decisions for yourself, for your home, for your family, for your husband in this season. So please make that decision with wisdom. Don't make it emotionally. Don't just react to what it is you have seen, because I never forget that one day I got to stand before God. And it's going to be like, what did you do with all of this I gave you? Did you just follow this person? No. Strengthen your convictions, deepen your convictions so you can enjoy the work that you do at home. I'll see you in my next video. Let me know what you got from this video. Drop a comment, like, subscribe, share. Hit the notification bell so that you can get our videos once they drop. So, I'll see you in my next video. Shalom, shalom, because the prayer of shalom actually contains all of the prayers. Bye!